Hey, you guys all came back. It's because you guys are liking, subscribing, and you're liking my content. While I'm learning, you're learning. Well, you're learning that I'm learning. Today, I'm wearing my Jack Russell covered JonardTools awesome hoodie. But we're going to talk about the two tools that JonardTools sent me. One's a power meter, one's a calibrated light source. I kind of wish that they sent me the FPM 55 because this one right here doesn't have a reference setting where you could clear it out and push reference, and then when you add cables and remove cables, your reference dBs change. But I'm going to show you guys how to calculate and write down the losses when we insert a cable and stuff like that. These tools are very, very affordable, and for doing simple tasks, these two tools will work perfectly in anybody's toolkit. Not just because I'm wearing a jacket, but I've learned how to use them. And today, I'm going to show you a couple ways how to use them. So, let's jump in after you like and subscribe. Okay, so to get started, first we need our power meter. We need to put our coupler on that allows us to use SC connector. We will put our cable in here after. Then we need our light source that's calibrated with the same coupler on there. We also need to make sure that we have the right side that we're using. So the coupler needs to be on the right side here. So on this side we have 850 to 1300 because we're going to be testing multi-mode. Then what we need are two cables. These are SC to LC connectors, which will fit onto this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on these devices, set them up, and we're going to use a simple connector. What we're going to do is we're going to use these two cables and this to see what the output is of this light source and this power meter. And then after that, we're going to test this cable and do the calculation. The first thing we do is we turn on our devices like this. On this device, we need to set, sorry, it might be hard to see. Yep, it's going to be hard to see. We're going to set and make sure that this is set to 850. This is set to 850, so we don't need to make any changes because it looks like it's defaulted to that. On this one, we can see that we have nothing plugged in and it's ready to go, and it's set to 850 right there. We will take our connector and put it on our light source. We'll keep all our connectors to the side here. Put that in there. Make sure it clips in. We will take the cap off our LC end, put it over here, insert over here. We'll do the same side for this side. Try to keep our connectors and stuff the same. The second I plug this in, it's going to start reading. And as you'll see, right here, see if I can keep these close together. Maybe. There we go. Keep them, always want to keep your fiber in nice even circles too. You don't want to have them really tight and bunched up and stuff like that. Okay, we'll take this off, put it over here, and boom. We have our measurement down here. It's hard to show you guys. We'll go like this and bring this and zoom it in. So we got negative 0.08.15. I'm going to read it out what it says on here so you guys can see it. If we take a piece of paper, we will write these values down. This light source is putting out that, but I believe on the back side here, it says negative 9 at 850. So we've got a little bit of loss from this cable, these two cables, and this connector. So if we want, we can measure that out and do all the math for that here. We can use my pen that my kid got me. It says Jason. So we got right now 0.08.19, and it starts off at -9. Start equals -9. We'll do the math after that. So right now we've already know that we've got a loss. But if we start at 8.19, -8.9, we'll just put the negative there, and then we add another cable in here, we'll see that what our loss is at this cable. Now we also have to factor in that when we do this cable, we're going to add another jumper in here, and we're going to use another connector. So each connector has loss. So let's try this. So we'll move this. We'll add this cable. And then we'll add this jumper and this cable. And now we have a loss of 8.28. 8.28. We can calculate the loss of that after, and I'll put all the math in down below. As you can see, my piece of paper. It's hard to do because this camera doesn't do autofocus properly, so because I'm too far away. But as we can tell, we just did a 2-jumper test, which tells us these 2 points have not changed, because these are our launch areas. These 2 points haven't changed, but these 2 points have, if we can see that. These 2 points right here. This connector hasn't changed. Now I have a really long cable I can put in here and show you guys what kind of loss we're going to get when we put that in here. Watch this. 150-foot cable shouldn't have too much loss. We do have to make sure that we're on the right side, and it doesn't look like we are. So we have to move this one over because we are using the white side of this cable right here. So what we have to do is just move this over. And we have 8.34 after it's settled down. So a loss of, oh, where'd my pen go? Nice bright yellow pen. 8.34 of a loss with this big, long cable here. We always want to do the 2-jumper method because these 2 points don't get disturbed. Only the 1 point gets disturbed, which will give us our losses if we're checking cables and stuff like that, i.e. these kind of cables or this kind of cable if it's really long. If we do this, then our chances of having a bad reading or a not consistent reading will be very low. Pretty simple little test. Now, the other tool that these guys make has a reference. So when you do this, you can set a reference. You can use this first rule that we use, or test setup, to create our value. And then if we push reference on the other tool, I'll put a picture in here. We put that in there, it will zero this out so it's 0. But then when we add our cables in between, it'll show us just the loss, and we won't have to calculate it with a piece of paper ourselves. I'll put the calculations in the video as I was just talking there. That will help us. All right, that was my simplified video of how to show you the DB with 1 cable, actually 2 cables and a connector, and then using the 2-wire jumper or the 2-jumper method to check a cable, i.e. one that you might have made or one that I had on the test desk here to show you guys, or this really long bundle right here at 100 feet. And we can see that we didn't really lose much. It's exactly what you want to see in a test. I might reach out to Jonard and say, hey, maybe you want to send me the FPM 55, as it has that zeroing and reference to do different tests. But for now, that was a very basic easy video of using these two devices. As I said, awesome to carry in your tool bag if you're doing just simple things and you have a pen and paper. Pen, paper works just fine. And if you're out in the cold, you might need a nice sweater. So that's my video. I'm still learning. If I made mistakes, you guys can point it out. I don't care because nobody points them out. So you guys have a great day. I'm going to carry on, clean all this back up, put all my caps on my cables, make sure they're clean, and go from there. You guys have a great day. Peace.